Hi, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are continuing Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is book 1, chapter 16, titled The Deserter. Who's gonna desert what, and when, and where? Is it someone we know? Are they gonna meet someone who deserted either, the Fire Nation or Water Tribe, or... yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And we just had a very, very cool episode, I think, in the last one with Bato of the Water Tribe, where we got to meet some new characters, and Aang had a bit of a tough choice to make. Sokka, a bit of a tough choice, and initially it looked like it was kind of going the wrong way, but then they came together in the end again, and triumphed over Zuko and Uncle Iroh and June. That was her name, right? The bounty hunter. Yeah. So, hey, Momo.
This should give us a good idea.
Was someone following Momo?
Fire Nation cultural exhibits, jugglers, vendors, magicians.
You might want to rethink that. Look at this.
Yeah. I don't think you should go somewhere where...
I guess we could go check it out. And if it looks like trouble, we'll leave.
Yeah, because we always leave before we get into trouble.
You guys stay out of sight here while we go to the festival.
Plop.
No.
It's like you're a whole different person.
Let's go.
That's what you're going with, guys?
Oh.
I think we need some new disguises.
Get your genuine Fire Festival masks here!
That was surprisingly easy.
Flaming Fireflakes. Best in town.
I'll take them.
Yes, flaming.
Hot. What do you know?
No, what do you know?
Wow, okay.
Hold on. Where are we going? It's better that we don't attract any
Yeah.
attention to ourselves.
How about you, little lady?
Whoops.
Aw, that could have been me.
It's too strong. I can't hold it.
We gotta help her.
No, we don't want to make a scene.
Plus, he's acting. No.
Trying to upstage me, kid. Hey, that kid's the Avatar.
God damn it,
That
Aang.
was bound to happen.
I can get you out of here.
There they are!
Alright. Where is he? Where are the cabbages?
No.
I'm just waiting for it.
Oh, yeah.
And fireworks. Oh.
Did they just set something on fire?
I think it was actually something that was supposed to be on fire anyway. So.
I serve a man, a living legend, Jong the Deserter.
Oh.
Fire Nation General. He's the first person ever to leave the army and live. I'm the second, but you don't get to be a legend for that. Some say he's mad, but he's not. He's enlightened.
You mean there's a firebender out here who's not with the Fire Lord?
It can't hurt just to talk to him.
That's what you said about going to the festival.
Why doesn't anyone ever listen to me?
Who are these guys?
Jong told you not to look for Avatar.
Hold on. You know these guys?
I need to talk to him right away.
No, you wait there. Go, now!
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
I
No.
have a feeling everything is not gonna be fine.
You let him slip away.
Oh, that
Yes, sir.
guy.
But other than that, the festival went off without a hitch.
Really?
He says you're not ready. Says you haven't mastered waterbending and earthbending yet.
Wait, how does he know that?
He saw the way you walked into camp. He can tell.
Have to do fire last.
To master the bending disciplines, you must first master discipline itself. But you have no interest in this, so I have no interest in you.
Please, I have to learn.
Are you deaf? How can I teach you if you refuse to listen. Fire will spread and destroy everything in its path if one does not have the will to control it. You are too weak.
You think I am weak?
Avatar Roku.
Oh.
You will teach the Avatar firebending.
Yes, yes. I will teach you.
Really?
Oh. Roku
Okay.
came through. Impressive.
Even that oaf knows to concentrate on what he's doing.
Hey!
Hey.
Power in firebending comes from the breath. That is why you must master proper breath control. Wider.
You're not even looking.
Wider! Now, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. I did not tell you to stop.
I've been breathing for hours.
You want to stop breathing?
I want you to stop wasting my time.
I had a pupil once who had no interest in learning discipline, only concerned with the power of fire. To destroy his opponents and wipe out
Firelord?
its nature is to consume, and without control, it destroys everything around it.
Master, there is trouble.
What's going on?
Concentrate on your leaf.
This is the worst firebending instruction ever.
I'm sure there's a good reason.
But I'm ready to do so much more.
Are you though?
You should take it slow.
Yeah, he said.
Look, careful! Ah!
No, 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 no.
Hurt yourself.
I told you we shouldn't mess around with this. Look what you did. You burned my sister.
Oh, her hands was like they were like all red.
Oh.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
You have healing abilities.
What?
Huh?
Great benders of the water tribe sometimes have this ability. Fire brings only destruction and pain. It forces those of us burdened with its care to walk a razor's edge between humanity and savagery. Eventually, we are torn apart.
Damn, he's powerful.
Yeah.
Don't worry, man. My old teacher gave up fighting a long time ago.
Haven't you, Master Jong Jong?
Kind of like a Yoda versus Dooku situation here.
I'm never gonna firebend again.
It's okay, Aang. I'm healed.
What?
I'll explain later. But right now, we have to get out of here. They captured Jong Jong.
I have to help him!
No, but
I can't believe my former master has become nothing more than a simple savage.
It is you who have embraced savagery, Zhao.
It's Admiral Zhao.
That title will not help you against the Avatar. You are no match.
I think I can handle a child.
I have never seen such raw power.
Take the deserter.
It's a trick.
He's run off into the woods.
I see he taught you how to duck and run like a coward.
No self-control.
Yeah.
Man, they'll make anyone an admiral these days. I'm Admiral Zhao!
Yep.
You've lost this battle.
Are you crazy? You haven't thrown a single blow.
But you have. Jong Jong said you had no restraints.
there's a little Hades moment there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Where's Jong Jong?
He disappeared. They all did.
Except for.
Hey, where'd everybody go? Very funny, guys.
Aw.
Aw.
Yeah, you fucked up, dude.
Wow, that's good water.
Well, then thanks for all the first aid over the years. Like that time I had 2 fish hooks in my thumb.
2?
How?
Get the first fish hook out with another fish hook.
Oh, and the time that mink snake bit me. Thanks for healing that up. That was great. Really helpful.
That was a bit of a heavy episode, actually.
So what? Yeah.
Yeah. Started out in a certain way, and then it kind of took a turn. And yeah, I did not expect to get into firebending this early, especially because they have been telling us that he has to master water first, and then earth, and then fire. And that is also how the seasons, what they're divided up into is, book 1, water, book 2, earth, book 3, fire. So yeah, I was a bit surprised that they were gonna delve into the whole fire thing, but I think that the way they did it, it then showed us that, yeah, maybe he is not ready. It is to show us that fire is the absolute most dangerous element that they can play around with, and it is the most destructive, and it is probably why
hardest to control.
Hardest to control. Everyone who's doing it, they're kind of walking that fine line between, sanity and insanity almost. Yeah, that was a good lesson, and it makes a lot of sense that fire is the most dangerous one, because and the explanation being that, what was it, like water is still, and water brings life and all that. Earth as well, earth is still, like if you leave earth or water by itself, it won't just run amok and destroy things necessarily, but but fire,
that's alive.
That is alive, exactly, and it can just run amok if you can't control it, which as we saw, evidently Aang couldn't. And yeah, he learned that lesson the hard way. And it has a lot to do with just patience, and balance, and everything. And I think that is why the Avatar needs to learn water bending and earth bending first, or focus, or that is the right way to do it. You don't have to do it that way, I think, but it's... Yeah, man, I don't know, because of course it depends on what you are born as, or Aang, he's an airbender, but he then has to learn the other bending styles. But if he was like Roku, a firebender from the get-go and from the Fire Nation, then he would do firebending first. So yeah, but at least it made sense to me, just in this context, that is why you need to do the firebending thing last, is because it's the most difficult one, and if you have mastered the other ones, then you'll be more prepared.
But there are many good themes in this one. I feel like, and you said it, but I felt like there was a lot of Star Wars in it,
It's reminiscent of something we've seen in Star Wars.
Yeah, and of course you can always trace that back to that Star Wars was very much inspired by these
tropes and the hero's journey and everything.
Yeah, and was inspired by these. You have the master telling you about restraint and discipline, and how you don't master things until you discipline yourself, and how fire, or very angry and powerful emotions, can sometimes mean destruction.
Exactly.
And it felt a little bit almost like an Anakin and Obi-Wan moment there, right? Or more like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan in the end there, when they were face to face with that student that's so much in their own feelings, and they're so powerful, and it's all about power and ultimate destruction. Yeah. And the whole fire thing, of course, because and then the Sith here in this is more like a Sith analogy, right? And then you have on the other side, you have the Jedi, and you have the person who's very disciplined and very focused and masters self-control, because that was what the whole thing was about with this Zhong, or what it was called.
Yeah, Zhong. He was really good at control and discipline, and his big thing was just balancing this horrible gift that he has. And he was even I wish I was like you, Katara, because water is good. Water gives life. I'm a firebender. All I can do is destroy, pretty much, and that sucks. Like that's really difficult to control, and you can lose yourself in that. So it's kind of like the dark side in that sense that you can easily lose yourself in it if you can't control your emotions and if you can't control your anger, most importantly.
Exactly. And anger is a little bit like fire in the way that I see things. I often not combine, but there's definitely certain parallels between
definitely it's very much, fire is very much used as a representation of anger and destruction and hatred and chaos, and so it makes a lot of sense in hindsight that the ones that got out of control and kind of turned on everybody else, it's the Fire Nation, it's the Firebenders, because they are the ones who are most vulnerable to like their capabilities and their powers and everything that they can do, according to Jung at least.
Yeah, and then Aang was able to take his lessons from Jung and actually apply them to himself. By letting Zhao actually use his own destruction against him.
Yeah, and that was really cool.
The only thing he did was to dodge and run away and not. And he kept his promise not to do firebending.
Exactly, he won the battle without doing any firebending whatsoever.
No, I don't even think
he only defended himself. He used a little bit of airbending, I think. And that was it.
And that was it. Yeah. So I think that was a great thing, and once again, great lesson to learn.
Yeah, very, very, now that we are talking Star Wars, very Jedi-like, only in self-defense, and just use it to like control, never attack, and all of that. And Zhao, he couldn't see it at all. He was just like, what do you mean you're winning this battle? You haven't fired a single shot. I'm like, but you have. And then of course he burned down all his ships and kind of like blew up in the end, just pure anger. And
what a Hades moment right there.
Exactly. He's an interesting character, but kind of two-dimensional villain at the moment. But you need those once in a while.
Yeah, of course.
Just a pure antagonist and what were you about to say?
It is a kids show, so of course you need some sort of two-dimensional.
Yeah. It is easier to like, because we are dealing in good and evil and all that. And the other antagonist that we've been following is Zuko, and we're hoping and very much just waiting for that
redemption arc.
Exactly.
Redemption arc.
So he is definitely not a two-dimensional character, Zuko. And Uncle Iroh, he's not either. But I just plainly don't see Iroh as an antagonist.
Not
really.
He's all.
Just along for the ride and just delivering wisdom here and there and just maintaining Zuko's anger and all of that, and just being there as an advisor. But do you have anything else you want to get into? Nope. Oh yeah, wait, one last thing actually. We've been talking about Aang and him learning stuff and all this power, and Katara.
Oh yeah, she learned that she's
a healer. That's
a healer,
amazing. Yeah. That's like we didn't know that up until this point, I think, or they haven't mentioned that waterbenders sometimes they will have the gift of healing. That is like, whoa, that is amazing.
And super useful.
Super useful, and apparently something the Force can do as well. We found out in the new movies, but. Yeah. But yeah, that was really cool, and I dug the way that they kind of, because at first I was like, whoa, holy shit, like Aang burned her and her hands, and like, is she ever gonna be able to like do waterbending properly again with these like scars and burns on her hands? And it was gonna take a while for them to maybe trust each other again, but then they used that ability of hers to ease up the situation, and also a way for Jung to then talk about the difference between, for example, waterbending and firebending.
Yeah, I thought that whole scene actually was a bit weird, and I thought for a moment it was like a dream or something, because it just felt so out of character almost. The way
oh,
that
with Aang and the firebending, and when he hurt Katara,
Yeah,
and Sokka got real mad.
yeah,
Jeez.
it felt so not out of character, but it just felt so exaggerated in a way. I can't explain it. It just felt so weird.
It felt like things were just crumbling, just like this.
Yeah,
and it was like, whoa, okay, so are they just gonna go their separate ways now? Because that almost happened in the last one, but thankfully it didn't. But no, yeah, they got out of it alive and flying away on Appa, as most of these episodes. That is the way that they end, is them flying away on Appa.
Yeah. That does definitely not fit behind the tiny bush.
No, not at all. Like, Momo, no problem. Dive in the bush, he gone. And, dive in the bush. My mind. Yeah. Okay, I think it's a good thing that we're just ending it here and saying thank you guys so much for watching our reaction and review of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 1, Chapter 16, The Deserter. We will see you very soon. Bye!
Bye!